So we got bamboozled by the word upper in the last episode preview, thinking we might revisit the level upper storyline, but instead we have an episode about boobs. Hello everyone and welcome to Anime Awakening, and today we're here to talk about episode 18 of the A Certain Scientific Railgun T anime series, an episode that follows Makoto Mizuka and Item's very own Kunata, as the two go dreaming for the bust upper thanks to their small chest complex. Both ladies wish to mature their bodies a little bit, so once this legendary Indian poker card gets sort of, mentioned to them, both want it. Both want the knowledge that it could give them. Now then, not a lot happened within this episode, really. It kind of foreshadowed a few characters for the future. It gave us a little bit of goofy comedy, which I thought was quite refreshing. And it did give us a few topics to discuss. So let's get into them. And one of those is the topic of Indian poker cards. Apparently they can now change one's appearance, as we saw with the bust upper card, which worked on that lady at the end of the episode. This I find fascinating, as it basically tells us that physical changes can actually happen to different people by using these cards. So if someone were to dream of a way to actually cure an illness, then the person having that dream with that illness could actually become well and healthy again. So if that is the case, wouldn't that just make these cards, these legendary Indian poker cards, highly sought after? I would say so. Even things like being able to learn pointless skills is still very incredible in of itself, as obviously we see that with Sasen using the example. She shows off her new range of skills that she's learned, and it seems quite fun and harmless. But at the same time, you wonder what else these Indian poker cards are actually capable of doing, what they're capable of teaching people. I also want to know if Imagine Breaker would basically negate all of the effects of the Indian poker cards. So for example, if Toma actually touched Saturn on the shoulder with his Imagine Breaker, not knowing that she's learned all these skills through Indian poker cards, would that make all of those skills get deleted? Would Saturn lose the ability to do everything she's just learned doing? After all, the reason why I speculate that is because they were gifted with an ability, and something like Imagine Breaker is destroying abilities and magic and all of that stuff. Moving on, we see Item return, and this was great, as I really like this group as a collective. Takisubo being weird was harmless. I don't really care much about Mugino. Sorry Mugino, but oh well. Frenda returning genuinely made me smile. I've missed Frenda, and it's a shame that she dies in Index 3. But she mentions in this episode having a sister, which is super fascinating. Now, I really want to spoil myself and find out who that sister actually is before watching the next few episodes. But I'm actually going to hold off on that and actually watch the episodes and see if they reveal it themselves. But in passing, I have actually seen that Frenda and Sutton are working together in what seems like a life or death situation. And we also get in the preview a little glimpse of a woman wearing red and white. So because the next episode is showcasing to be a Frenda focused episode and that woman appears, could this mean that either the woman in red and white or Sutton is the sister of Frenda? If this is the case, it's going to blow my mind, because I honestly didn't expect that to happen or to come about. But the main member of Item we get to focus on in today's episode is Kunata. Now this was a surprise, but a very welcomed one indeed, as she's the one member of Item that we haven't really seen much from throughout the franchise. All we really know is that she likes to say the word Ultra. But we've actually learned a fair amount about her personality and her desires within this one comedic episode. Seeing how she's a little bit insecure about her body/appearance, in how at one point she wishes to be taller, which kind of sparks an outburst between herself and Hamazora after he buys her some milk. This of course was a misunderstanding, but we also learn in this episode that she has a little bit of insecurity about her chest size as well. But to both Misaka and herself, I say, flat is justice. However, outside of those issues, Kunata showed a lot of smarts in knowing how things would turn out if Mugino knew that she was hanging around with a railgun, and vice versa, she knew how Makoto Misaka would react if she knew who Kunata actually was and who she was affiliated with. Item and Misaka have had multiple encounters in the past, and it's true to say that throughout those encounters, they've never actually went face to face. So it's understandable why Makoto Misaka doesn't recognize Kunata in this episode. Speaking of Makoto Misaka and Kunata, I love seeing their interactions with each other in this episode because both characters kind of had good chemistry together. They bounce off each other very nicely and fluently, while also making the episode even more entertaining, just because of the way they were quite similar in their approach to the issues at hand. Seeing both Makoto Misaka and Kunata getting worked up over the dreams and how it makes out that size of one's chest is everything. You'll get the job, you'll get the boys, and you'll get basically anything you desire if you have the bazongas. It was a bit of goofy, harmless fun within the episode. The comedy kind of broke up this serious theme of liking yourself not for what you've got or what you can show off, but just for who you are. So at the end of the day, that was the theme throughout the episode. Accepting who you are and being happy with oneself. Of course, we also have to think about the previous episode and how that was quite a traumatic and serious episode. So going from that into this comedic one that was full of laughs and giggles, again, refreshing, but also a change of theme and vibe. So while on the topic of these dreams, I thought it was very interesting at the foreshadowing and the dreams that our characters were experiencing. We see Makoto Misaka wearing a red and white outfit which belongs to the character I referred to earlier. We haven't actually met this character yet, but we already know that from this dream she has a desire to become an idol. Hopefully that will play a role later on in the series. Maybe she has beef with Frenda, because an idol opportunity was gonna come up, but Frenda kinda backstabbed her. Who knows? I'm kind of just speculating here. Misaka also encountered a creepy lady from the intro, who has the black and white hair. She speaks in very cryptic language, giving you one hell of a crazy dream that leaves you waking up going, what did I just experience? Plus, that first dream that Makoto Misaka was showcased in actually took me a while to figure out who the dream actually came from. The answer was Yoshikawa. And this is thanks to the outfit and the connection to Yumikawa. This shows that, again, we have another character which has slight issues with her body/appearance because of the whole kind of gimmick of checking one's breast size growth and it not growing, but the waistline actually does. Oops. While Kunata experienced a more unpleasant and creepy dream, in where she took on the role as maid. But I believe the owner of this dream was actually Tsujimikado's little sister. A weird dream to have about your brother, but oh well, everyone has their fantasies. Now, the reason why I say this was based on the sister and not Tsujimikado himself is because of the way that Kunata was dressed. She was in a maid's outfit. So, normally, you wear the outfit of the person you're experiencing it from. Therefore, had it been Tsujimikado's dream, then wouldn't Kunata be playing the role of Tsujimikado? The other dream that she experienced about being a ninja, or Konoichi, I really couldn't figure out who that dream belonged to. So if you know, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know what that dream was all about. Nevertheless though, these sequences were done superbly. Overall, after watching this episode, I was left feeling very happy and entertained, as it was a comedic delight from start to finish. Plus, I like seeing more of Kunata's character and learning about this character that we've seen but not really learn about. So hopefully we see more from her in the future as well. The animation looked stunning, and I really like the effects that were showcased in the dream sequences, as this made it look like a film, like a movie, something that you experience, and that was great use of animation and effects. A lot of brilliant facial expressions and emotion were also being shown from many different characters within this episode, so that too was a plus. All in all, I'm looking forward to seeing the teased characters from both this episode and the intro, hopefully making the anime debut soon. Also, I'm super excited to see Frenda next week as we get a focus episode all about her. She looks adorable in that intro. Preview. Apologies. So let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. If I missed anything, make sure you let me know. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff for more index/railgun related content. Have a great day. Alligator, murdered it. Goodbye.